A single-A baseball team clawing its way up the ranks, suddenly finding itself staring down the Yankees, Red Sox, and the Dodgers. That's what one club with deep roots in Los Angeles is currently doing across the pond, climbing the rungs of the English football pyramid and rewriting history along the way. Michael Duarte has their incredible journey.
Los Angeles is known as the City of Champions, a place that breeds championships like the sun breeds warmth. But there's another team with ties to LA that is the most unexpected champion you'll ever meet. And their story takes place on the other side of the globe. Nestled in the green hills of North Wales, there you'll find a small blue-collar town where coal once fueled dreams and soot colored the sky. That town is Wrexham. And what's happening there feels like a Hollywood script written under a studio's golden light.
I think Wrexham is, like many towns across the UK, it was a place that traditionally was a big mining community, steel making. It's a big market town. This used to be a place where people would bring their sheep in to sell in the market in town, and a lot of that had gone away and not really been replaced. And it was a place that sort of felt like didn't get a lot of the rub of the green.
Wrexham AFC, a club as old as soccer itself, founded in 1864, is not supposed to be here. Not in the headlines, not on the billboards, not in the lips of American fans who have never even heard that name before the year 2020. But then, of course, Hollywood came a-knocking, and not with explosions or car chases, but with a little bit of Hollywood magic and a whole lot of belief. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney didn't just buy a soccer team to make a splash. They bought a club in order to build a bridge between the glitz of Los Angeles and the grit of Wrexham. And somehow, that connection has stuck.
These people have been here before, and they've been through so much bad times with the club, and they all still come in their numbers. And just to bring, I remember seeing on the bus parade, and even after the game against Boreham Wood, just genuine, like tears of happiness. And
the Red Dragons, once stuck in the forgotten shadows of England's fifth-tier league, are now roaring through history. A record 3 straight promotions. That's not just impressive, it's nearly impossible. Especially when the road to the championship is paved with broken dreams, budget gaps, and 90th-minute heartbreaks. But somehow, Wrexham has done it. They've climbed from the cellar to the cusp of the English Premier League, dragging a town with them into the spotlight. And along the way, that town has changed too. Wrexham isn't just rising in the standings, it's rising in spirit. You know that old pub on the corner? The Turf? Once just a local watering hole? It's now a pilgrimage site. On match days, this place feels like the beating heart of a town reborn.
Yeah, we've seen a huge growth. We've probably more than doubled, I would say. We get dozens and dozens and dozens of tourists on a weekly basis, which certainly wasn't happening before the documentary.
Here you'll find locals rubbing shoulders with A-listers, pints being poured over shared laughter, and an energy that feels like anything in this world is possible.
We're not a wealthy town. We don't have a lot. Lots of people live probably month to month, but they would genuinely give you their last because that's just the way they've been brought up. That's what's ingrained into them.
If you time your visit here right, you might spot Blake Lively laughing with fans, Will Ferrell joking with David Beckham, or Hugh Jackman sneaking a selfie. Channing Tatum, Paul Rudd, heck, even Prince William and the royal family have all walked the streets of Wrexham like it's a second Hollywood.
Yeah, I like to think that there's a little bit of Wrexham in the heart of people in Los Angeles.
And yet, this isn't just a celebrity sideshow. It's deeper than that. It's about what happens when belief meets opportunity. When a forgotten football club becomes a global symbol of hope, resilience, and most of all, community. And when an underdog doesn't just bark, it bites.
There's something magical about football clubs and the community of them, and the joy you all share when you win, the despair when you lose.
The documentary series Welcome to Wrexham captured that transformation brilliantly. The joy, the struggle, the tears on both sides of the ocean. But the real magic Real magic is happening every week here at the racecourse ground. You can find it in the chants, in the hugs between strangers, in the roar of a goal that feels like it's echoing across both continents.
And so we are very, very intertwined in a way. Like the fates of this football club now are intertwined to a certain extent with the documentary, because it has been such a driver of the success and change that we've been able to deliver here.
What began as an idea between McElhenney and Kerr, inside the writer's room of the show Mythic Quest, has quickly become the heartbeat in the hamlet of a little Welsh town located over 5,000 miles away. It's proof that soccer isn't just a game, it's a language. And here in Wrexham, they're speaking that language fluently, albeit with a little bit of an LA accent. Season 5 of Welcome to Wrexham is currently airing on Hulu. But the story of the Wrexham Red Dragons? That story's just getting started. I'm Michael Duarte.